Hello, 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 my beautiful immigrants in the diaspora, my fellow Africans. Welcome, my fellow beautiful women of West Africa, and welcome, my special and beautiful women from Nigeria. I am so happy and excited to share this wonderful good news that finally my BNILOMS Digital YouTube channel Go Live has kicked off. So, may I have the pleasure with humility and humble heart to welcome you to the BNILOMS Digital YouTube channel. This is a place where immigrant women come together to learn, heal, grow, and build a better future beyond survival mode. If you are watching me live, I love you. If you're gonna watch the replay, I love you even the more. Please subscribe, share this YouTube channel link to your friends and well wishers, especially to all immigrant women living abroad who are tired of living in the survival mode. We all came cross seas, rivers to come to this our beautiful second homes because we want to build a brighter future for ourselves and for our children. And I welcome you here because I feel we need a place where we can come together to share our journeys and to build hope for a better future by sharing what we are doing that have bettered our life so that our tomorrow will become better from what we gain from each other today. And your comments are welcome. Your reviews are welcome. Permit my being nervous today because it's my first time. But I'm just trying to say that you are welcome here and I want you to feel at home. Feel at home. Let's hear you. Let's share you. Let's celebrate you. Let's congratulate you. And I am equally happy to shout out to my friend and also business partner, Mrs. Salome Otisi, who celebrated her birthday yesterday. UP, more good life to you, my wonderful sister, and may our tomorrows always be better than our today. Now, today I am welcoming you and also want to share with you some part of my life that made me decide that one source of income is no longer enough for me. And by the way, I don't know who what source of income is enough for in our today's work, employee work. Except you are doing your own business, then you are welcome. And I am happy for you because you find out that it is better to be a business owner than to remain a 9 to 5 for your whole life. So congratulations on that great achievement. And for those of us who are still looking for a way to become our own bosses, to do something for ourselves, you are welcome here. Feel at home, like I said, and let's share our journeys together. Okay, I titled today's my take off video on Go Live as the day my salary stopped working in Europe and why immigrant women need more than one source of income. If you are an immigrant living abroad, working long shifts, paying bills, sending money back home to Africa, and still asking yourself where your money disappeared to, this video, this goal life is actually for you. My name is Blessing Iloms. I am, by the grace of God, the founder and the CEO of BNILOMS Digital. And let me ask you something. Is this life you are living presently now in this diaspora? Is it the life you moved abroad to? Is it the life you moved abroad for? Was it the dream you had while relocating from your African country? Are you are relocating from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Sierra Leone, from Kenya, from Cameroon, from Gambia, Namibia, any part of Africa, the West, the South, the East, the North? The life you are living presently, was that the life you looked forward to when you were relocating? If you have arrived and you are very proud and happy with the life you are living, then congratulations. Then I urge you to please beckon on your friends and well wishers who have not yet arrived like you to come join this community, because this is a place we want people to learn how to arrive like you. And on the other hand, if you are someone who is looking for a way, a serious way, without the overwhelming, without the burnout, you want something to create extra income for yourself, leveraging the social media, be as a digital marketing entrepreneur, an affiliate marketer, you want to learn digital skills, you want to learn how to create better content, you want to learn how to utilize the YouTube in the best minimal effort way, then you are welcome, because this is a place where we all learn. Now back to my story and the reasons behind my joining the digital space, my becoming the CEO of the BNILOMS Digital. When I came abroad, I believed one thing, because that was what I thought, that when you go abroad, you just have to work hard. And being having relocated as a nurse, as an immigrant nurse, I started my job immediately. I am not overemphasizing if I tell you that I started my nursing job in Belgium the same day I arrived. It's not an exaggeration. Okay, you want to know how it happens? I will tell you. Having landed in Brussels, I took the train to the city where I am living, was because my employer have already my schedule, so they were already waiting for me at the train station. I was so happy to receive their welcome. I couldn't speak more Netherlands, more Dutch at that time, but I have learned some phrases while still back home. So I was able to say, Goedendag, mevrouw. Ik ben in ons blessing. You know how awkward you sounded. I was just, trying to say it out before I forgot, because all through the journey in the train, I was rehearsing. And unfortunately, there were two women. Okay, fortunately, there were two women. So I didn't have to, try to run from Goedendag, mevrouw, to Goedendag, meneer. So, but what I did was, I was like, Goedendag, mevrouw. Because there were two women. And it actually lightened the day, because I arrived in Brussels in the night. So I quickly went to the bathroom to refresh my face a little bit, so I could join the train coming to the city. So it's about 2 hours journey, because of the hour stops. So I was staying in the morning hour. So immediately I came out, and they have this placard with my name waiting for me. So, that anxiety, tension, everything. Who didn't that me first? Even blessing. I can't justify it. If I just when I have a flashback of those days, I can't help it but laugh. So they welcomed me with open arms, helped me. I put in my to drag my luggage. We went to the parking lot, and they put my luggage in the boat in the train. And they told me, we are driving straight to the office. I said, wow. Remember, I slept in the plane. I landed, and I took another 2 hours train ride to the city. I was expecting that I would be taken to my home, because I had already gotten a place through my employer. But he took me straight to the office, to to the nurse, to the hospital where I was to work. And I said, okay, wow, this is great. I was like, am I starting work right away? I did some sleep, man. It was on a, I think it was on a Thursday, or it was on a Friday, because I left Nigeria on a Thursday, so I landed on a Friday. Yeah. So when we came down from the vehicle, I didn't know where my house was, where my partner was. So I was expecting that they knew also my luggage, but they didn't do my luggage. So I said, okay, at least it's getting better. So I now followed them, and like, la 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 la. Here is where you are going to be working. I said, okay. They said they called somebody, um, let her get her scrubs. I said, okay. So, and it was one of the directors, and the two women, they were the directors. So the younger one said, okay, I'll go in to prepare some documents which will have to finish, signing, while my colleague take you to get your scrubs. And the one that have to take me to go to my scrub took me to the material area, where I chose my scrubs, my mats, yeah, my mats, yeah, and my shoes and everything, and they gave it to me, my name plaque and everything. I said, okay, madam, we take you. I said, my name is Amaka. I said, yeah, okay. That took us for about 5 minutes to learn how to pronounce Amaka. Say, because in Africa you have your official name written, but you also have your group name, and also in Belgium it's the same thing. So it was not like, so they asked me, what is your group name? And I said, what is your group name? They said, the name you are confident with being called. I said, it's Amaka, that's my my, my house name. So okay, that's the one we call you back. So she now took me, after she had learned how to call her Amak. Oh, I said, okay. Now we went back to the office, and the remaining paper that I have come, and I'm resuming. Though I resumed even my duty officially before I came, but I have to put everything together in the paper. And I was now welcomed by another nurse, and they told me, this is Nancy. She will be your mentor. You see the importance of mentorship. So she will be your mentor. And I said, hello, Nancy, how are you? Wow, Nancy don't speak a word in English. I said, what? How are we going to do this now? So she said that they told me that is why it is important because Nancy don't speak a word in English. She will help you to learn. I said, okay. So that was how Nancy, excuse me, becomes my mentorship, my mentor without me speaking any word of English. So Nancy became my mentor and I became Nancy's mentee. And what happened is I started, and before I forgot another important, because I came from an English speaking country, of course, Nigeria is officially English speaking. So Nancy, I have been introduced to Nancy, and there was also another beautiful woman waiting. And they told me, this is your coach, your language coach. They call it Netherlands of the work floor. That this woman will be taking me on Netherlands. Though she will not be coming every day, but within she comes 3 times in a week. So with the days that she's not available, if I encounter any problem, like there are words that is being repeated to me and I have not understood it, then she will use those words to pick up teaching me and stuff. And after that, um, about 2 or 3 hours of all these rounds, tour and everything, they decided now to take me. I said, "Ooh," because I was still having my scrub and nobody have told me to go and put it on. That means it was just the introductory. And while we were driving back home, and one of the ladies said, "We're expecting you tomorrow." And that's when I said, "Madam, I'm just landing. I'm not even seeing where I am going to live. Not to think I might be having to adapt myself first um, before coming to work." So they just got into laughter. I said, of course, but you're also welcome to work tomorrow." So that was how I started my job in Europe and Belgium to be precise. And why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because probably my way is not the same for every other person. Um, but that's my way. That's how I started. And I am here today as a nurse working. Those those beautiful welcome really helped me a long way. But did it stay like that? No. I was so happy with my place of work. I was so happy with all the possibilities made for me to start. I was so happy that all the necessary things that to make my life a little bit easier from the beginning were put in place. But the struggle started almost immediately. Remember, I'm not speaking the language, so I have to learn the language. So I started immediately. Oh, I forgot something. So the same day after the round in the clinic, I have to get some addresses where I can register for my language course. So when I now after they have settled me home, I started looking around to go and register. So that means I started my work immediately. I got registered into the school. And then on the Monday, because it was Friday, no, I also registered for the integration. I also registered for the integration the same Friday. So, and then everything started officially on Monday. My work, my language school, and my integration. Though not the same hours, but I have to build them around my hours after work. What am I? If you're listening to this story, even if I did not say another thing today, what have you already understood? That my first weekend in Belgium was full of activities, and my first official day in Belgium were filled with activities, and my first Monday in Belgium were filled with activities. And at the end of the day, I retire home very late because it was my first day on Monday officially. I have to do the morning shift so that I will become more acquainted with Nancy and also more acquainted with my Netherlands lecturer on the work floor. And then the work closes around 3 or 3:30 p.m. And from there, I have to go to the integration to also get the knowledge of what to do and how to do it. And after that, I went to my advanced school, yeah, where the lesson started at 6 o'clock in the evening till around 9:30. That became my journey from the first day in Belgium. Meaning from morning to night, I have no time for myself. I managed it comfortably for the first 1 year because the father of my children, delayed bringing my children. Normally, my children should come after 3 months because that was the requirement. Because I have to show a place I live and 3 months salary slip to start applying for family reunion. But for one thing or the other led to the delay. So after 1 year, my children came. And in a way, it was a little bit blessing in disguise because the stress that started after my children relocated to me, if they had come immediately, probably I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do my integration. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to at least have a 1 year constant Netherlands language. Because remember, I am a nurse with a high diploma in Belgium. So I am expected to speak the language, to maintain my job, and to earn my salary. And I did those things. Along this journey, I will tell you also that that language, that advanced school was not enough. At a point, I have to go to the university, and by then, I have to change the shift at work to be able to accommodate me to go to the University of Language because I did 1 year intensive language school in University Language School in Kent, and that is also about 1 hour train from the city where I live. So, my fellow diasporas, I know it takes a lot of God for me to come here to tell my life story. I'm not telling it because it was palatable. I want to tell it because it can resonate with somebody who is passing through what I'm passing through, and to let you know that there is better things ahead. Now, let me fast forward to my topic, the day my salary stopped in Europe. I have been living in this way in Europe, working. I have been sick sometimes. I have taken sick off sometimes. But this particular one is so special because I got injured on my work by a patient. Remember, I have been working so hard. I take so many shifts. I was really hustling because when my children relocated with me, and along the line, we find out that my son has a special need, and suddenly I happen to be alone with my kids. Then I have to work extra to make sure that I have money to take care of my son's health, take care of my daughter, pay my bills, make sure that my children are not did not sleep in cold, and also support my parents at home. So my responsibilities increase, but my salary did not. So in order to make sure that the salary I have will be able to manage the increasing responsibilities, I have to do other side hustles. So I have to take other menial jobs and take other side hustles also in nursing and menial job. Because if you work more than one job, it's also you pay taxes. So luckily for me, at a point I got what they call flexi job. So I had to take a flexi job in a restaurant. And the restaurant is also more than 1 hour bicycling from where I live. And you know, restaurants kick off, this restaurant kick off from in the evening. Let's say from 7 p.m., 6:30, people are coming to have their dinner. And most times we close at 12:30. And when I went there, I told them I really want to have the easier ones. And you know the easy what they call easy one is washing of plate. And I have to stand from that 6:30 I entered there till 12:30 when I was have finished. And don't forget that I stood also like really on the shift. So I have to make it also in case when I do morning duty then I'll go for the restaurant job. Because if I do afternoon duty, I will be too late and nobody pays you for being too late. So that became my life. Working so hard, getting more shifts, saving money, building a better future. All those things was my dreams. And when I came out, it humbled me. I have to wake up very early. I couldn't wake up early without my alarms. That is the pure truth. Even after these years, though now my clock, my biological alarm is already waking me up before my physical alarm. But the thing is, most times I fall back to sleep. So I have to set my physical alarms 2 or 3 times that will grant me opportunity to still jump up and be able to be on time at work. Because if you work here in Europe, especially Belgium, coming late to work is something you will not like because it is well found out. So my alarms wake me up. So my life became alarm waking up. I go to work, I pay bills, I take care of my children, I pay the taxes that are incurred, I pay hospital bills, I, ca- I pay extra bills for my son's well-being and education in a special school. Then I do my house chores, excuse me, then I sleep. And that same thing keep repeating themselves. And before you know it, I have lost what they call social life. Belgium is a very close community. They form their relationships a young age. If you happen to go to the same kindergarten or the same secondary school, that's where they form their relationship. And that relationship lead them through life. So most times they don't have even open spaces for more relationship. And then you think, okay, you are an African, you get relationship with your fellow Africans, but all of us are struggling, repeating the same thing, seeing our bed just to put our head. So you don't even have time. Luckily, we are Christians and we can meet each other at the church. And you don't form meaningful relationship in the church. I mean, friendship in the church apart from church. Because some of them won't even stay at the end of the church. They are already going to afternoon duty. So what I'm trying to say, and also be a nurse where you run shift. So even the one that you have already met that you want to build a relationship with, because of your time schedules, they plan something with you, it will never work. And you keep taking an excuse and they will ask you one day at place of work, are you the only one that have social life? Then you stop taking excuses and you stop being with your friends and they stop you stop losing everybody. That was the life. So one day I realized something very painful that I was just surviving in Europe but not living. Yeah, please don't misunderstand me. I still have friends that I travel together with. Yes, okay, we travel. But that is always at begging. Every travel I made in the last 8 years in Belgium, 10 years in Belgium, 13 years has always been with a lot of stress of saying yes, saying no, canceling my travel because suddenly the Eurostar was did not somebody got sick and somebody have to get at it. That has just been it. I don't know how many times I just applied and I just get the days I applied. I can more remember how many days I have to shift my travel dates just to accommodate that I don't have problem when I come home from my job. It took me years before I started traveling back home because I have to save. So as an immigrant woman, as a mother, as a nurse, working abroad, I realized that this is not the life I'm working for. If you heard my story, how I came as a diplomat, just to say, I had everything made ready for me. And still, it didn't make my life easy. More. Not to talk of people that came in more dangerous ways. I mean, in more difficult ways. I think that's the word I. So I realized that working and struggling did not grant me the freedom I was looking for. And what were my pain points? And at this point, if probably you are feeling the same way, or maybe you know more about these feelings, you're always tired, you miss family moments, you work weekends, you cannot even travel, you are scared to rest because bills are waiting. You are living abroad for years, but still you are feeling stuck. You are even afraid to go back home because people back home don't even understand your story when you tell it. Many of them that are so free, so yeah, many of them will tell you if it's not favor you, why not you come back and let me take your place? Because they don't know what you are talking about. So if you are in that situation, I feel you because I was there. I have been there. I have drank it. I have ate it. Do you know that sometimes because probably you were not free enough to join in your body in your break period, you might end up eating your meal in the toilet. But break period are compulsory. So if you feel that you don't want to miss you don't want to stay longer, you rather miss the break period. Or you say, okay, let me just finish what I'm doing so that I don't stay 10 minutes longer. It happens. Not because you want it. Just because probably you have other activities, you have a child, your child is waiting for you, and you don't want that 30 minutes, you don't want to stay longer. It do happen. But thank God my situation did not remain like that, and which is the essence of this. If the essence of this is just to tell you how painful it has been, then I won't be here because it makes no sense. Thank God my situation did not remain. I had a turning point, and my turning point came when I started learning digital skills and building income online. That was my turning point. Not because I wanted luxury, but because I wanted options. I wanted flexibility. I wanted time for myself. I wanted time freedom. I wanted to be able to relax in my tongue. I wanted to go to wellness. I wanted to go back to the gym. I wanted to get my vibes back in life before it become too late. I wanted time freedom. I wanted to stop depending on paycheck. I wanted that. And because of that, I looked for something that will help me get that without overwhelming, without more exhaustion, without burning out. And the digital space promised to be the place, but it was not easy to find the real thing. I found it, and I want to help you overcome the stress of looking for it yourself. Because if you are interested to find this digital space that I found, I will hold you by the hand and lead you through the steps that make me become the pioneer and the CEO of the BNILOMS Digital. I will mentor you and I will coach you because I am now also on the process of becoming a digital coach. I am undergoing my training, also inclusive in this digital platform. It is already 35 minutes since I started. I want to stop here. Please, tomorrow is another day. Subscribe, sign in if you want to continue hearing my story. Remember, your job is important, but your future deserves more options. Thank you. This is Blessing signing off for now and hope to see you tomorrow, which is Friday. Thank you.